Hey, tonight I'm going to make me a couple of Polish sausages. Now I'm going to boil them in beer because that's the way I like them. So go ahead and get it in the skillet here, get it heating up. And it doesn't have to cover them up, just as long as it's, part way up the side. We don't put the lid on and steam them anyway. It's just basically for flavor. So we're going to get these going here. I'm going to have two because I haven't had anything since breakfast and it's almost 7 o'clock. Go ahead and get them in. It doesn't have to be hot when you put them in. Get that lid on. I'm going to get another skillet out here and I'm going to cook me up some peppers and onions to go with it. So we go ahead and get this cut up. And remember, I always save my onion ends and peelings and all my vegetable scraps to make my vegetable broth or bone broth. And try not to waste anything. And I guess that's because I had 4 children and a wife that didn't work, so I always had to be frugal. I always had to stretch a dollar. So it kind of sticks with you. So I'm going to cut these in fairly thin slices. And, just enough for a couple of little sausages here. I'm not going to cook too much. And, have a lot that I'm not going to use. So I'm just going to do a little bit here. I like these sliced pretty thin also. But I like to leave them in long strips because, I don't know, I just think it looks better. So get those thrown in there. Get them going with a little bit of butter. Go ahead and hit these with a little salt and pepper. Sausages are already boiling. Almost out of salt. I meant to buy some when I was at the store, but I forgot. I do have a grinder though. Down a bit so they don't boil over. Give them a flip. It smells good. Just using a lager, something that I like. Not an IPA fan. I think they taste like a pine tree. So while we're waiting for these to cook up, you know my deal. I like a little bit for myself too. I got some spicy brown mustard I'm going to put on there. And I don't know, some people like ketchup on them. I don't care for that. I just like my mustard. And I got these little split top buns that I'm going to use. They're so soft about tearing them up, getting them apart. So anyway, I like a little bit of mustard. And I'm going to tell you a little trick here. And a lot of people like to put their condiments on top of their hot dog or sausage or whatever after they've made it. And I tell you, that's just how you make a mess. You got to take your ketchup, mustard, or whatever you're putting on, and you put it on the bottom of the bun, and then you put your dog or sausage on top of that, and it soaks into the bread and it don't make a mess. Doesn't drip, doesn't get on you, doesn't get all over your face and your fingers. Just makes life easier. And that's how I like it. So you take your bun, put you a little bit of mustard down in the bottom there. Give her onions and peppers a little stir here. I'm cooking them on high heat because I do like a char on them, and it happens pretty fast. You can see they're already starting to turn brown, and that's flavor. That's what you want, because eating's all about tasting good, and that's what I like, something that tastes good. I guess some people don't really look at eating as a pleasurable thing. You do it because they have to stay alive, but that's not my way of thinking. So we got these here ready. Go ahead and put them in my bun. I'm gonna try to divvy this up to where I get a somewhat equal amount on each one. Put these down in the bottom too so I don't lose them. They don't fall off when I get ready to eat. Oh yeah. Looking good. Smelling good. It smells like a state fair. Peppers and onions. Come down in there real good. Alright. So that's what we got so far. These sausages are plumping up and smelling nice. They say you shouldn't boil sausages, but I think it is an exception made for beer. It's got to be. There's some argument that it boils the flavor out of it, but they also say you shouldn't cook a hot dog till it busts open because all the flavor and fat and everything runs out of it, but I like them busted open. So it's all personal preference. So we're just about ready to go here. Actually, you know, I'm going to hit these in a dry pan real quick just to get a little bit of color on the outside of them. A little char on everything makes it nice, and it'll happen pretty quickly. Yeah. So, only be another minute here. We'll be good to go. I made a video earlier how I make my bone broth, and it's been on the stove for 2 days now. It's actually here in this pot, and I'm probably going to let it go a little bit longer and put it in the refrigerator this evening and heat it up again, bring it to a boil tomorrow, let it simmer for a few hours in the morning. Then I'll make another video when I strain it off and show everybody what it looks like. It's a nice rich broth. It's really flavorful and good for many, many different purposes. You use it to start soups and just use it to drink. I do that. I'll put some in a coffee cup and carry it around. I took some with me yesterday morning. I took the dogs on a walk through the woods down by the stream and took a cup of bone broth with me. It was cold. It was 12 degrees here yesterday morning, so I needed something hot with me to keep me warm. And this will be just about good enough. Throw this in my bunny buns. And there we have it. Some beer braised Polish sausages with peppers and onions, a little spicy brown mustard. Looks good to me.